Hey, MarshaunO here today, and I want to talk to you today about why the connection dies in your relationships. But before I go into that, I really want to briefly introduce myself, especially if you are finding my channel for the very first time. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. My name is MarshaunO, and I am a shift relationship strategist. I help Black Christian women that are married or in long-term relationships to stop feeling disconnected and unloved and shift you to feeling heard, understood, and appreciated. Now, we're going to talk about why the connection dies in your relationship. And there are a multitude of reasons as to why your connection is dying, ladies and gentlemen. The first thought that came to mind is all about the key. What do we call the key? The key is communication. It is all about communication and being able to open up your mouth, being able to actively listen, which means closing your mouth when your spouse or partner is trying to talk to you or trying to deliver a line to you, trying to get your attention about something, really trying to pour out their heart and become vulnerable with you. So the art of communication is definitely the key to not losing the connection or not letting the connection die out. Another thing that comes to mind is we don't talk anymore, right? So that's also a part of communication. Meaning when you were dating, right? When you were dating, there was so much to talk about, so much to reveal about yourself, so much that you wanted to know, so much that you just wanted to take in with this person. You wanted to be around this person all the time, day in, day out. And now that you're in the relationship or you're in the marriage, everything else takes precedence and it becomes a priority over you finding out who your spouse is. Because here's the thing, we are evolving, and it might not seem like every single day we are evolving, but the person that you were yesterday, the thought processes, and this is not everybody and this is not all the time, right? But at some point has been a shift. It could be a major shift, it could be a minor shift, but a shift is taking place day in and day out. And so we are constantly evolving. And so if we're never making time to have those in-depth conversations to really understand who's sleeping next to you or who you are sitting across the table from, then that art of communication is totally dying. And when we're not feeling like we're heard and understood and really wanting to feel like we're wanted and even needed by our spouse, that connection is certainly going to die. So the art of communication is the key, but it is one of the key foundational reasons as to why the connection is dying. The second thing that comes to mind is arguing, whether it's constant arguing or not. Arguments get in the way of feeling connected to each other. Because whenever we're arguing, somebody is trying to win. Both or one partner is not listening, as I just mentioned. Again, you're arguing because something may have occurred, but the real reason why the argument is coming into play is one of two things. The first thing is, again, you're not feeling heard or you're not feeling understood. So that's part of one. The second thing is you're tired of having this same conversation over and over again. But the reason why you're having that conversation over and over again is because you thought it was over, but your spouse, for some reason, your partner, for some reason, is saying, that didn't make sense. The explanation was not fully explained, or what you said just doesn't make sense. So instead of me saying, hey, I need further clarification on what you just mentioned, I'm harboring and holding on to that and just allowing that thing to go past, or I'm sweeping it under the rug, and then the resentment is starting to build up. So we're constantly arguing over and over about the same thing or just new things, whether they're major things, whether they're minor things. An argument can totally kill the connection. And that's absolutely the second reason why the connection is dying in your relationship or in your marriage. The third piece of the puzzle is the lack of intimacy. Now, intimacy can and does include sex, but I don't necessarily mean just sex. I really mean having those intimate moments where you can just be vulnerable, pour out your heart, talk about the things that you want to do, the goals and aspirations that you have, how you're trying to attain them, what's the plan? Are you going to try to work another job because you want to pay off bills? Maybe Maybe that's the goal, right? So you want to work another job because you're like, hey, and you're having the conversation because you want to let your spouse or partner know that, guess what, our time together will be limited for this period of time because these bills, this credit cards, this personal debt, the loans, the student loans, like everything coupled together is really getting to me. And so the only way that I can get ahead of this thing is to take on another job, which means that you and I will be spending less and less time together. However, it is for a period of time. So just being able to explain why you two won't be seeing each other as much, but then also those intimate moments, being vulnerable, letting down your guard, allowing this person into your heart, and even forgiving them, right? Because the intimacy comes in through forgiving your spouse over and over and over again, and also realizing that you have to forgive yourself first before your spouse can forgive you. Forgive yourself first, and then make the plan to actually stick to what you're agreeing to do, and then go ahead and take actions to implement the plan that you're speaking about. But just being able to be vulnerable, the lack of intimacy, and it definitely could be sex, but it's not only sex when we talk about intimacy. It's really just being in each other's presence, giving each other full attention, whether it's eye contact, whether it's cuddling time, whether it's holding hands time, whether it's making out time, kissing time, which ultimately leads to sex. But it's not only sex. But again, yes, it could be the lack of sex as well, included in those intimate moments. So that's the third piece: intimacy, or the lack thereof of intimacy, is making the connection die between the two of you. The other part of it is trust. Trust may have been broken down time and time again, and it seems like it is something that you just cannot put your hand on, that you cannot get back. And of course, if you don't trust somebody, literally that's a piece of the foundation of any relationship that you're in. And of course, we're talking about romantic relationships, but this can be any relationship that you are in, right? Your sibling relationships, your friendships, your child-parent relationships, including your parents with you. So any relationship, any breakdown in the trust, that can definitely make the connection die, specifically in your romantic relationships, because again, that is a foundational piece. That is something that must be there in order to feel deeply connected to your spouse. And trust literally could be, are you a man or are you a woman of your word? Because what you say out of your mouth really makes a difference in how I can trust you, how I believe you're going to show up. I'm watching your behaviors. I'm watching your habits. I'm watching to see what comes out of here, if it matches up to your action plans and the things that you say that you want from the relationship with me or the marriage from me. I'm really trying to see if I can trust you, right? If for instance, because everybody can connect with someone cheating on them, right? So if you were the cheater, or if you got cheated on, now we're trying to reconcile, and we're trying to keep the family together, whether the family is just you and him or the family includes children. It doesn't matter. You're trying to keep your family together. So now, are you okay with me asking you several questions about why the cheating occurred? Because here's the thing: if you never get down to the root cause as to why the cheating occurred, it will 99% of the time happen again. It will happen again if you never get down to the root cause as to why it happened in the first place, right? But it could be any issue of trust, right? It could be alcoholism. It could be a drug addiction. It could be you just a big old fat liar. Like any type of pain that you're causing because you're breaking the trust in the relationship or in the marriage will definitely contribute to the connection dying. Now, here's the thing: if you are having trouble with any of these areas that I mentioned, I want to invite you to my summit that I'm having with Dr. Morton. This is a great friend of mine, and he is coming to help me and we're going to be breaking down all of the myths. We're going to be talking about all of the things that contribute to the breakdown of the Black families and Black couples, because our mission together is literally to strengthen the Black man and to strengthen the Black women, so ultimately we can strengthen the Black family and keep us together, so we don't have to worry about being a part of the statistics and going down the route of divorce. So right now, if you have not signed up for the Happy Spouse, Happy House Summit, then I really want to encourage you to click in the description box below and click the link and sign up, because this is going to be a one-day summit where we're going to be giving you so much information that it can potentially make a huge impact on the way you are showing up, on the way your relationship is. And this is for men and for women, for Black men and for Black women, because we really want to help you understand what you're doing wrong. That way you can start going down the road and going down the path of living in a healthier, non-toxic marriage or relationship. Again, click the link down in the description box below. My name is MarshaunO, and I am your favorite shift relationship strategist, and I want to help you to stop the connection from dying as well. So click the link down below, and I will see you at the one-day summit on February 24th for one day only, to have all of these things broken down, all of your questions answered. Come and join the stage. If your partner and you are brave enough to come up on stage and really tell us what's actually happening, we can help you right then and there. I will see you guys there. I love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Have a great day. Bye now.